In this video, we're going to be talking about why it is so vitally important that we care for our bodies, because your body is the temple of God. Hi, my name is Katrina and I am your health coach, and I'm going to help you get healthy so that you can abundantly live this life that God has given you. Because I know that when your life is free from disease and free from pain and free from the burdens that are holding you back, that you're going to be able to live out your purpose. So in this video, we're going to be talking about how your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and why how you care for it, what you eat, what you drink, everything that you do with your body matters. And that, in fact, it doesn't even belong to you. And I hope to radically transform your mindset as it relates to that. In 1 Corinthians 6:19 and 20, Paul urges us, and he says, "Do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit who dwells in you? You were bought with a price, so honor God with your bodies." And so that is such a large concept, isn't it? It's one of those that is so difficult to understand, and that's why I want to help you to connect the dots, to help you to see that it is truly vital that we care for our bodies in a way that honors God. And I think for us to really understand that verse mostly, we need to look at the Old Testament representation of the temple and what the temple looked like in the Old Testament. Because when God gave the instructions to Moses in Exodus 25, beginning in Exodus 25 and for many chapters beyond, he began to share with Moses and the Israelites exactly how to construct that Old Testament temple. He talked about the details of the measurements, the type of wood, the measurement of the wood, the type of fabric, the linen, the beautiful yarn, the colors that were supposed to represent him, as well as the gemstones. Even the metals were fine and to be beautiful. And then later on, when Solomon built the permanent temple, just as much detail went into the instructions, and it was that much more grand and beautiful. Why was this important? Why was it so important that it be grand and beautiful and show the strength? Well, because God's presence was going to dwell in that temple. And so it needed to reflect His beauty and His strength to the nations around them. And God knew that He was the God of gods, and He wanted that to be represented to the nations around Him. But not only was it to be a place that God would dwell, but He also gave instructions as to how that temple was to be cared for. It was so vital that they had to follow the instructions that He gave to the detail, but there was death as a consequence if those instructions were not followed. And so I think that for us to fully understand our New Testament temple, we need to connect the dot from that Old Testament to now. Yes, as a New Testament believer, we are no longer bound to the law of the Old Testament. However, we cannot discount what God gave as far as instructions and care and love and honor for that Old Testament temple. Because Christ died for you, and He died for me, and He died not only for your soul, but also for your body, because it will be redeemed. This body is going with us to the heavenly places. And so we need to care for our bodies, the way we treat it, the way we love it, what we eat, how we move it. Everything matters. Mostly because guess what? Your body does not belong to you. It belongs to Christ. He bought it, and He paid a high price for it. He paid such a high price for it, and it's such a premium put on that body that He has decided to dwell within it. So therefore, we have to treat our bodies with love and respect. And guess what? That is our bodies are a reflection to the world around us of God's strength and God's beauty, God's goodness. And Christ's light dwells within us, and we are a reflection of that light. So let me ask you, what are you reflecting? Thank God for His grace and His mercy. Because even if we have not cared for our bodies, our temples, as we should in the past, and trust me, I have been there. There's been times where there was many years in my life where I did not even connect the dots and understand that our temple was to be cared for, that our body, caring for our body mattered. I didn't even understand that. And so for years, I abused my body. But by God's grace and God's mercy, it is no longer the case. He taught me how to live and how to eat for His glory. And I want to help you do the same. So remember, my dear friend, is that your body is a temple of the Most High God. It is beautiful, valuable, and worthy. And it is of utmost importance that we care for that body. Let it sink in.